Now at 4, all UCLA classes have been moved to remote learning today. New pro-Palestinian protests grew on campus, and we're watching it here on the KTLA 5 News at 4. Good afternoon. I'm Samantha Cortese.
And I'm Lauren Lister. The day's protests began in a campus parking lot where police detained dozens of demonstrators before a large group of protesters marched through campus and gathered for a rally in front of the Student Union building.
KTLA's Sarah Welch joins us live at UCLA with the latest on the campus tensions. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sam and Lauren. Good afternoon. Well, that rally earlier has wrapped up, and right now on campus, things are fairly quiet right now. You can see, though, all the added security here out on the quad, and also many of the security officers stationed at campus buildings all around UCLA. This as students not involved in these protests are just trying to get through their exams. Palestinian demonstrators were back at UCLA yelling what Jews and others consider anti-Semitic hate speech.
There's only one solution.
Protesters marched around campus following at least 45 arrests in a campus parking lot earlier.
I understand you're a faculty. You gonna let me finish or not?
Student and non-student demonstrators calling it unlawful were taken into custody after police said they violated a campus curfew and delayed an investigation into a possible takeover of a campus building.
People were literally just at a parking lot. It's very clear that Gene Block likes to watch us suffer at the hands of his calling for police to be there.
Protesters mocked police and blamed the UCLA chancellor and LA mayor for the violence last week. As crews continue to clean up the graffiti scrawled on Royce Hall by the demonstrators. The group making it clear disruptions will continue until the university meets its demand.
We want divestment. We want transparency. We don't want cops on campus. They do not keep us safe.
But we need to stop it. We need to live in peace and we need to live together.
That from a group of Israeli soldiers on vacation in Southern California who came to UCLA in support of Jewish students. They say the pro-Palestinian demonstrators are misinformed about the conflict and Hamas.
If they want to know what's going on and what is the truth and who wants to live in peace, so I invite them to Israel and they will see what happened in the October 7.
So back here live again, you can see the security presence out here, and you can also still see those cleanup crews out there cleaning up the graffiti that was spray painted or painted on the quad out there. Now, there's also this newly created Office of Campus Safety that's overseeing campus police operations. That's effective immediately, according to the chancellor, following the violence that erupted from the breakup of the encampment out here on the quad last week. And reports are that UCLA is asking other neighboring agencies to rent out some of their police officers to help with security. We have reached out to UCLA PD for comment. We haven't heard back yet. We'll send it back to you in Hollywood.
Sarah, thank you. At USC, pro-Palestinian students and faculty held a news conference this afternoon calling student suspensions unjust. At least 14 students received interim suspensions in connection with recent protests on campus. This comes as police cleared the pro-Palestinian encampment at USC over the weekend. Students there are preparing to graduate this week. About 100 protesters had pitched tents at Alumni Park before it was dismantled. Protesters say suspensions were meant to send a message and prevent further unrest.
These interim suspensions are yet another tactic of intimidation to silence students from voicing their dissent.
Despite broad and robust opposition to the oppression of students' right to protest and their own professed goal of de-escalation, the administration has chosen escalation at every step.
Today, the University Park campus is open to students, staff, registered guests, and vendors who have confirmation of work.
Hamas has announced it has accepted a ceasefire deal in talks brokered by Egypt and Qatar, but the Israeli Prime Minister's office said it was, quote, far from Israel's essential demands, sending negotiators to continue discussions. And Israeli forces say they are now striking targets in the Gaza city of Rafah. Palestinians celebrating in the streets of Rafah following news Hamas laid out terms for a ceasefire. It's